Jay Maratatu. Hello and welcome to Celtic Roots Radio, coming to you today from Belfast, Northern Ireland. Celtic, folk, folk rock, Appalachian, bluegrass, Scottish, Irish, Breton, Cajun. If it's Celtic or roots music you like, you'll find it here on Celtic Roots Radio.
How you doing now? We're back again with another Celtic Roots Radio show, so we are. And you've been writing to me again too. Actually, I just discovered 2 messages on our Facebook group which I'd missed before. Emma Rutherford says, "Hi Raymond, I've only recently discovered podcasts and this was one I found and subscribed to. I cannot express how fantastic it is. It's a breath of fresh air. I'm studying at university in Nottingham, England at the moment, and these songs make morning study sessions that bit more bearable. And it helps me keep in touch with my Scottish roots. A huge thank you for all that you've been doing to support Celtic music. People like you help to abolish the preconceptions of many people that it's a dull, dreary, dying out genre. Keep up the fab work. Cheers, Emma." And Christina Thompson is a fan of the Barbarian Pipe Band. "As a new listener, I really appreciate all the different genres, styles and artists you present. I have to say though, I really like Barbarian Pipe Band. I must have listened to their song at the beginning of your 7th show hundreds of times. I have recommended several friends to your podcast. Great job. I really enjoy the more upbeat techno-rock songs you use. Bluegrass is great, but I'm 18. We teenagers really enjoy faster music. Now here's good luck to you. Keep on doing what you're doing." Well, thanks Emma and Christina. It's good to know we're not just catering for a bunch of old fogies here. Appreciate their comments. Mitch Thompson in North Carolina emailed to say, "Really loving the songs. I'm also really loving the song Rocks of Bawn. Has a lot of emotion to it. Thanks a bunch for the podcast. Keeps getting better and better." Fiona in the UK sent a message via Podomatic, our host site, to say, "Hi, I'm from Wexford, but I'm living in the UK, so love to hear some fine Irish music to take me back home. Thanks for the great music." And thank you too, Fiona. I hope we're not making you too homesick. Jerry McLean from Los Angeles had a song on our last show and emailed to say, "Thank you Raymond, I thoroughly enjoyed podcast number 11. I loved your commentary and explanations of Northern Ireland's unmistakable wit and sense of humour." And finally, Gwenile posted a great review on iTunes USA. "Hello, I'm from Brittany, France, but living in Pennsylvania, USA. This is a great podcast that I look forward to listening to. Very nice mix of music and locations. Keep bringing great music to us. Canavo, which means goodbye, Gwenal, and signs at Bridge USA or Breton in USA. Jerry and Gwenal, I love it that you're enjoying the crack as well as the music. Thanks to all of you for taking the time to contact us. And if you're enjoying this show, please log into your local iTunes store, rate the show and write a review of it. We've got lots of listeners out there in places like Japan, Australia, UK, Germany. So how's about getting some reviews up on those iTunes stores, eh? We started this show with a fiddle tune, The Conundrum, from Reid in Nova Scotia, Canada. Now we have a song from Jim Abel in Kansas called Jenny O'Farrell.
Martin and Barry from down in St. Mary's were beating the drum for all they were worth, while Sean and O'Reilly and my cousin Kylie were pounding their heels on the face of the earth. The rest of the band were at best out of hand, and everyone shouted how life is just grand. And Jenny O'Farrell stood all by herself to watch the parade pass on by. Down by the river, the lasses all quivered to think of the lads who were coming their way. And every young buck who is looking for luck is convinced that his star will be rising today. There's laughing and drinking and not too much thinking, and as for tomorrow, no one gives a damn. But Jenny O'Farrell keeps still to herself to watch the parade pass on by. Martin is gruff and can sometimes be rough, and he's never been known for a joke or a smile. But on this parade day he dressed in a gay way and seemed to be rid of his cares for a while. Joined in the singing, his voice like a bell ringing, clapping and tapping like some other man, when Jenny O'Farrell came into his eye just as the parade passed her by. Martin McCurry dropped out in a hurry and marched in a confident way to her side. Jenny saw Martin and hardened her heart for a moment, but saw there was no place to hide. He said, "You're a vision, I've made my decision. Please don't deny me, I'll take you away." But Jenny O'Farrell stood silent and sure to watch the parade pass on by. Jenny O'Farrell stood straight as an arrow and stared young McCurry full face in the eye. "So now you've come to me, so you've come to woo me. You think that I'll fall at your feet with a sigh. It's I who have chosen, I am one who knows when what I have been seeking falls into my hand." So Martin McCurry stepped quick to my side before the parade passes by. Boom, tra-la-la-la-lee, fa-la-la-dee-dle-dee, butter my biscuit and fill up my cup with holes in my pocket and crumbs in my beard. I'll let the parade pass me by. It's boom, tra-la-la-la-lee, fa-la-la-dee-dle-dee, butter my biscuit and fill up my cup with holes in my pockets and crumbs in my beard. I'll let the parade pass me by.
Job. She heard the voices swaying, the future of it all. She said, "I don't think you understand the situation, but you'll change your frame of mind in the hardest of times are far behind." Point of view, her friend said, "There will always be a naysayer. Make sure he isn't you. If you have dreams, don't you give in to another who would leave his lying in the gutter. Not mine, I'll leave him far behind." she said to her heart, if I listen to you, will you help me, help me, help me, help me, help me find my way? I went to play to make those hard times go away. Make 'em all go away. Till the hardest of times are far behind. Till the hardest of times are far behind. Till the hardest of times are far behind. Till the hardest of times are far behind.
Now that's a song I really enjoy. The Hardest of Times from Heidi Jane in California. We'll be hearing more from Heidi soon. I've been thinking about the Irish character recently, and I was just telling someone the other day about a few occasions I've experienced abroad. I was in London a few years ago on my way to Israel, and I stopped to listen to an elderly busker playing his accordion at night in a shop doorway between Piccadilly Circus and Leicester Square. We got chatting a bit, and I told him where I was from, and he said he was originally from Dublin. Next thing you know, he's asked me to mind his accordion and his money while he takes a leak across the road. Talk about trust, eh? Well, a couple of days later I was in Jerusalem at night, and I met Cyril. Cyril's also from Dublin, a young man who was selling Celtic-style jewellery in the middle of Ben Yehuda Street, which is a pedestrian area. Again, we'd been yarning for a few minutes when he also asked me to look after the jewellery while he relieved himself nearby. He handed me a wee torch and left me to answer questions about the jewellery from young Israeli couples for the next 5 minutes or so. It just shows something about the Irish character, that someone will trust you like that just because you're a fellow Irishman. You're listening to another tune from California harp player Roos. This is Mairi's Wedding.
wish I was in Dublin or some other seaport town. I'd set my foot on a steamboat and sail the ocean round. Sailing around the ocean, sailing around the sea. I think of handsome Molly wherever she might be. Don't you remember you gave me your right hand. You said whenever you'd marry that I would be the man. But you broke your promise, go with whom you please. My poor heart is aching and you were at your ease. I went to church last Sunday and Molly came riding by. I could tell her mind was changing by the roving of her eye. I go down to the river, though everyone's asleep. I think of handsome Molly and I begin to weep. I was in Dublin or some other seaport town. I'd set my foot on a steamboat and sail the ocean round.
That was Handsome Molly from Tennessee artist Roos on his album Road to Lisdoonvarna. And now we're listening to Ode to the Laurel Lass and Flora the Fiddler Charlie Gear. Continuing my earlier thoughts about the natural bond between Irishmen abroad, I was in Beijing in 1999. I just cycled 444 kilometres across Beijing province for charity and planned another week to get to know the city when I had my wallet stolen at Tiananmen Square. Now, I'll not go into the whole story of my experience with Chinese police and all, but I met another Irish guy from Newcastle here in Northern Ireland who lives in New York, who lent me 100 yuan to pay for my hotel that night, and another part Irishman from London loaned me another 100 yuan and handed me his mobile phone to cancel all my credit cards and to phone my wife back home to send me some money by Western Union. When I got home again and told friends I'd been in Beijing cycling, they said not to make a whole song about it, but actually, that's exactly what I did do. It's 11 verses long, and it's called Ballad of Beijing. You'll find it on iTunes.
I spent it in good company, and all the harm I've ever done, alas, it was to none but me, and all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be to you all. Fill to me the parting glass, and drink to health and happy thoughts. I'll gently rise and softly call. Good night and joy be to you all. Of all comrades that e'er I had, they're sorry for my going away, and all sweethearts I've ever had, then wish me one more day to stay. Since it fell into my lot that I should go when you should not, I'll gently rise and softly call. Good night and joy be to you all. Since it fell into my lot that I should go when you should not, I'll gently rise and softly call. Good night and joy be to you all. Fill to me the parting glass, drink to health and happy thought. I'll gently rise and softly call. Good night and joy be to you all. Good night and joy be to you all.
Now that was a very enjoyable song, The Parting Glass from Becky Bishop in Oregon. We're going to finish up now with another beautiful song from Kari Groff-Denis in New York City, Sad Is Not Forever. Catch us all soon. Slán Amhaile.
Feeling sad, sad and blue. You may feel that no one loves you. Feeling bad, everything you do turns out wrong. There's nothing new, but there are things you can do to chase away those lonely blues. And when you feel so undone, do something you think is fun. So I pick up my fiddle and I play a pretty tune.
I go outside and holler at the moon.
I dance in the sun and sing a happy song.
I picnic in the park with a friend along.
Lay in the grass, look at the sky,
Find a silver lining in the clouds rolling by. Call a good friend, lend a helping hand. Write a new song to play with the band. Sad is not forever. It goes away. It goes away. Without the rain in April, there would be no flowers in May. So I find a deck of cards and I learn a new game.
Pick a bunch of flowers, make a daisy chain.
I sit in the sun and I read my favorite book.
Go and ask my grandma to show me how to cook. Lay in the grass, look at the sky. Find a silver lining in the clouds rolling by.
Call a good friend, lend a helping hand.
Instead of what I can't do, think of what I can. Sad is not forever. It goes away. It goes away. Without the rain in April, there would be no flowers in May.
Well, that's all we have time for on this show. Remember, you can find out more information about the artists and songs played on the show on our website at CelticRootsRadio.com. And if you're an independent artist and you'd like to hear your music played on this show, again, you'll find details on our website. That's CelticRootsRadio.com. Tune in again next week to Celtic Roots Radio. I'm Raymond McCullough, coming to you from Ireland. Slán agus Banna Dia.